Okay, today we are trying out the demo for LumenTale, Memories of Trey. This is a monster taming game with 2.5D graphics, I believe. I love monster taming games. I have since I was a child. It's one of my favorite genres amongst so many others. I've heard of LumenTale before in some of its other games and never really got into them. Just never had the chance to, so let's see what this one's like, and if it's going to be worth me buying and completing and doing a full analytic review on. Let's go. All right. Is that gunshots? Well, whatever it is, we're being introduced into some sort of narrative and conflict straight away. Pretty sure I hear screaming in the background. We'll see how this goes. Bloody hell. Oh. That was quite pretty. Wow, is this the main character? I'm guessing the Animon are the monsters in this game. So far the visuals are quite nice. The last 2.5D, almost paper style monster tamer game I played was Cassette Beasts, which, I mean, check out my full review for it, but it wasn't great. It had some interesting ideas, some interesting designs, but overall was kind of poor. I find that it's an incredibly overrated game. Visually, this is looking quite good. Very warm, bright colors. The art is nice. Eyelash. Sniff, sniff, he says. Right. So that stuff at the beginning was probably the event where his parents died, and then he escaped. It's a little annoying that there wasn't any kind of cutscene there. It does feel a bit lame when it's just a black screen and text, but you know, at least it throws you straight in to the central core conflict of the character, and you're finding out straight away he's been in this place for a year, he misses his parents, and now shit's gonna go down. Do I have to touch the glowy tree? I bet you have to touch the glowy tree. Ah, have you found a dead body? Let's see. Force of nature, 0 out of 13. I don't know what that means. Oh. Someone uses Linux. I say this as someone who uses Linux. Not on this machine, but I use Linux on my media server, which is an old computer that I turned into a media server, and I daily drive my Steam Deck, basically like a desktop, laptop sort of thing. Right, my name. Obviously. Stupid dyslexic fingers. Okay, so there's a personality test. So before I go through this, I'm guessing that this will lead to like your starter Animon, I think they're called. But let's see, do you think it's more important to be respected or to have fun? Can I not do both. Like, professionals in various sports are both respected as athletes, and a lot of them have a lot of fun with what they're doing. Can you not just have both? If there is no respect, there is no fun. If there is no fun, there is no respect. I guess if I'm saying the truest of the answers, it's probably the first one. If you're playing a game with someone, if you're at any kind of sporting event where you're in opposition with another team, a core part of the fun or a core source of fun is respectful competition. If you're not being respectful to each other, you're not seeing each other as really good opponents to try and challenge yourself against, then you can't be having fun. You're just getting pissed off. You're seeing the person as an enemy. So I guess if there is no respect, there is no fun. It's a bit of an odd question. Would you like to become famous? I can help you. No? No, but want to buy this watch. No, I don't particularly want to be famous. Do I often forget things? Every day, rarely, or never. I forget small things. I forget unimportant things all the time. Bloody t-shirt keeps riding around. Completely irrelevant. I don't forget important things. So I guess if they're asking if I just forget things in general, I don't forget things every day. That's stupid. Never isn't quite the answer. I guess the only correct answer, or close to correct answer, would be rarely. But really, it'd be somewhere in between every day and rarely. You're at a party, but you don't know anyone there. What do you do? Oh, I'm going to make friends. I know this because I've been to too many parties where I don't know people. I just made friends. I tried to make some friends. I throw myself into party mode. Cool and aloof. I act weird to become the center of attention. So, in my party animal days, which were only a few years ago, I would have done all these things at one point or another, depending on the crowd and what I was trying to achieve. But you know what? Let's go to throw myself into party mode. That sounds about right. I'm excited to see a new movie at the cinema. What genre is it? Ooh. Quite likely it's going to be sci-fi. Or action or adventure. Most likely sci-fi. Sci-fi or action. But let's go with sci-fi. What you find a mirror upon entering the elevator. What you see is, hey, good looking, only my reflection, or, the mirror is dirty. I'm going to go with, hey, good looking. Because, you know. You have a few hours to kill. How do you spend your time? I read a good book. I absolutely have to finish that game. I prepare myself for a later appointment. I have a refreshing nap. I don't do either of these because I don't really nap, and if I have an appointment that day, I will have already prepped for it. If it depends on... It's one of these two. Right? I love reading. I do it all the time. Hell, I've got an audiobook playing right now. Because I like my stories. But I also do like my games. This is a tough one. You know, let's go with I absolutely have to finish that game. While exploring some ruins, you find an amazing treasure. Upon your return, the treasure, why I left everything in that one place. I keep the discovery to myself. I reveal what I've discovered to the world. I mean, it depends, right? If it's an amazing treasure that can benefit me and won't be doing harm to a bunch of others, I'll be keeping the discovery to myself. If it was the cure to cancer, I'd reveal that to the whole world, just instantly. But you know what? I'll go with the selfish option. Right, let's see what this personality test does. Ooh, beer break. What is this weird sunflower-headed guy? Is he the Professor Oak of this game? So what, I'm a robot? He looks like he's been punched in the face. I do like the visuals. I've always been a fan of 2.5D or the paper art design. This sort of thing is pretty good. This is less paper style and more 3D objects, 3D planes with 2D sprites on it, so more traditional 2.5D. The 3D objects look pretty good. The pixel art looks pretty good. More than anything, it looks quite cohesive together. It looks natural together. Nothing is feeling out of place on the screen, which is good. It's very visually cohesive, visually believable. Right, TD model Trey Mark 1. All right. Dr. Kapan, who studies the ancient empire and the Animon. Alright, so it is Professor Oak. The boy next to you is Alice, my nephew. Ale! He's a little genius who will become a great inventor one day. Okay. Cool. The dialogue is fine, serviceable. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. It's telling me exactly where I am. It's telling me about the world in enough detail that I'm getting that context without it being just an info dump. This is going to be quite interesting. They've given you like a fish out of water type character, someone who's going to have to learn everything about the world from the very basics, which is interesting because in games like Pokemon, for example, they do this by making you a child every single time, and you're a child who's always entering their Pokemon journey the first time. In Digimon, you're a fish out of water in that you're usually a human being that's entering the digital world in some way, or interacting with the digital world in some way, and in ways they've never done before. In this case, you're an android or a cyborg, probably an android. But you don't know anything, you don't know yourself, and you don't know the world around you. So, part of that central conflict of the game's probably going to have to do with finding out who you are as a being, and finding out about the world around you. Which is going to be good, in the sense that it'll make it nice and easy for people who've never touched this franchise before, or any other LumenTale games, to jump in and get to grips with things and feel comfortable learning everything. They won't feel overwhelmed. It's not like it's treating you as an experienced fan of these games, of these particular games. Quite like the music. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's nice. Let me just adjust my audio levels a bit so I'm not shouting into the mic. There we go. That should probably help a bit. There we go. See, the textures, the objects, they're fairly simple, but the colors are not muted, they're grounded. They work, actually. I find that they work quite well, at least so far. Okay, interesting. Instant teleport station. That is what we in the business call foreshadowing. Can I piss? Can't piss. It's because I'm a robot. Okay. So he's a combination of Professor Oak and Bill. That makes sense. Who knows why I was lying on the ground, but let's find out. Can I interact with these? No. Oh, so he can eat. Interesting. Latest holocan. What's a lumen? Okay. Angsty preteen. Fair enough, we've all been there. There's something a bit awkward about the walking animations, at least when you're looking from behind, so when they're walking forward away from you. In other angles, they look okay. But there's a weird waddle to them when they're walking away from you. Oh, nice. So it's a fully 3D space. All the models, the buildings, these are all 3D. They're not in paper style. Which means the only 2D aspect is going to be the character models, which is a nice way to go about it. And it adds a nice visual flair, but also because the colors they're not crazy, they're not weird pastel colors, which everyone uses or overuses. There's a cohesiveness to it, a visual attractiveness to it, I like it, actually. It looks good. It's visually pleasing. We've got a little mini-map on the top right, which is going to be handy. Handy dandy. Random barrels blocking the way, because of course they do. Oh. Right. This is where I'm going to have to go help him. But let's see what happens if I walk away. For science. Purely for science. Let's see what happens if I walk away. Oh, I just noticed there's also a time underneath the mini-map, which means there's probably going to be some sort of day-night system, which is nice. If it goes as I suspect, it'll probably mean that there'll be certain Animon, I think that's what they're called, certain Animon that appear at night and some that appear during the day, which would be pretty cool. I've always liked that. In fact, when that first came out in Pokemon Gold and Silver way back when, as a game mechanic, specifically in monster taming games, it was one of the biggest things for me. I'm really aging myself with that one. The second biggest thing in Gold and Silver was finding out you can go to Kanto by surfing in that little pond right behind your house. It wasn't a pond. Right. Oh, two of them ran away, meaning one of them I'll catch. So the Holoken is the equivalent of a Pokeball type thing. It's the capture device, but you actually have to hold it. Oh, you actually have to like throw it, release it, and then do a quick time event. Okay, interesting. It's quite involved. So I'm aiming. Can I change range? No, I don't need to. Oh, it's like a yo-yo thing. Oh, I have to time it. I mean, it's gonna work because this is a tutorial. Oh no, it failed. Okay, cool. It actually let me fail. Oh, that's interesting. It probably would have let me keep that if I'd successfully capture it. Oh well. I think I just got a bit ahead of myself when that minigame came up. I think I have to press X when the rings overlap, but I didn't do that. It's fine. The character artwork is pretty good. I like the line work. It's a nice little anime art style. Very reminiscent. But it clearly has its own uniqueness to it. It's not the most mind-blowing art style, but it's nice. Reasonably visually appealing. So I'm some sort of android, but I need to eat and sleep. So maybe I'm a cyborg? Is it time for the android to dream of electric sheep? Interesting. So I'm guessing the game's title is actually going to be connected with part of the central conflict. He's probably going to learn things as he sleeps. That's just a guess, but it would make sense. Oh, autosave feature, that's going to be useful. Info dump? Info dump. All right. Hell on Earth, you say? So we're on Earth, are we? I'm just nitpicking at the dialogue. Sometimes you get anachronistic dialogue in games like this. It is what it is. It's not the worst thing in the world. Could do with a bit of extra editing. Unless this world they're in is actually like an alternate Earth, then you can correct me and I'd be wrong. But if it's not, then phrasing a little bit. I always find it interesting that stories like this, or like many others, are set after a time period where there used to be a utopia. Mostly because utopias are highly unrealistic and highly unlikely. Unless the societies become a post-scarcity society, it's highly unlikely to become a utopia. But you know, that's way too deep a conversation for this. Right, let's go to the basement. Who's this guy? He's definitely sus. I don't know why, but I'm gonna say he's sus. I did. It definitely wasn't flawless. It's that easy to become a lumen? Okay. Sure, you know what? Whatever. I'm not even going to question that. You have to have some way to get into the game, right? Even if it doesn't make perfect sense. So the character models, the sprites, they do this bouncing up and down thing. It's very quintessential of that kind of art style. I've just never understood it. Like, I understood it way back in the day because it was to show that they were kind of fidgeting and in motion. But in a game like this, it just looks like their torso is going up and down for no reason. It just looks a bit goofy. I don't hate it. It's probably better than a purely static sprite. But even then, I just find that sort of thing a bit amusing. A little bit unnecessary. It's like, look at him, he looks like he's doing some chicken dance with his elbows. Okay. So they're doing some sort of combination between Pokemon and Digimon here. Pokemon, you capture them, you put them into a storage device. In Digimon, when you put them into storage, they go into like a farm type scenario. So I guess it's a combination of that. When you put them into a storage device, they go to this farm type scenario where you're going to interact with them and probably train them in different ways and raise them. This is purely a guess, but I think that's what we're going to see. Five to choose from. Okay, so it's not a classic 3 starter option. Cereum. I'm guessing that's based on the hold on, let me save game. Always save twice, just in case. I'm doing this in case it locks me into a choice. So I'm guessing the suggestion he gives you is based on your quiz. So let me check them in order and see what happens. What is this? That's a pretty cool design. Fairly unique. I don't know what these types are. I'm guessing yellow was for light, maybe? I don't know. This is going to be water because it's blue. But it was also emotion, I think. Vortail. No. So the first one was joy. This one was sadness. This one's fiery, so probably some sort of fiery temper. Anger, yeah, okay. So, oh, it's an electric type. So they seem to have elemental typing as well as emotional typing. So that's electric, that was water, that was maybe grass? No, it was light, I think. I don't actually know what the types are in LumenTale games. I've never played one. What is that symbol? I don't... What is that meant to mean? Biology? You know what? Let me check. Let me actually check. LumenTale types. Let's see. Let's find type chart so I at least know what I'm talking about. LumenTale.info. Okay. No, that doesn't have it. Ah, types. On the LumenTale wiki. So there are 12 main elements. You've got ancient, anomalous, aura, chakra, data, demon, electric, fire, geo, grass, ice, virus, and water. So let's see. Just gonna open up the image that has the icons. Okay, right. So what's your icon there? MUI is a virus type. Okay, that kind of makes sense. The weird green stuff does look like a cell wall, so I guess that makes sense. And I just realized that the name is close to MUI because, you know, kawaii, but Mew. So that one's a virus type. You're what? What were you? Well, no, that was a happy, joyful virus type. You are a sad aura type. So the virus type controls plaguing and noxious energy. Aura type controls light, wind, and benevolent energy. Interesting. I like how the creatures so far have an emotional layer to it as well. That's just interesting. I wonder what they make of it. So this, pretty sure this was an electric type because, you know, lightning bolt. Yeah, electric element controls electrical energy. Nice and simple. Then this purple, what, are you going to be the demon type or something? Fear. It is. It's a fear demon called Salabel. Bell for Beelzebub, probably. And Sal for Salamander. Alright. I quite like these designs, I have to say. They're pretty good. The 2D art designs are obviously clearer than the pixel art sprites, but they're still of a pretty decent quality. I like the designs. I genuinely like them. They're unique. They're visually appealing. Yeah, well played. Devs, well played. Right. White. What type are you gonna be? Serenity. Okay. Quecture. You wanted me to have the serene type, did you? What is that symbol? The geo element, which controls rocky and mineral energy. No. You know what? I kind of want to go demon. It controls dark and fiendish energy. I like all of them to an extent. Electric type is cool. It's a very cool design. But I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for the demon. It's got virus. We've got, what was it? Aura? I think it was aura type. Electric, demon, and then serenity. What's this? Oh no, it wasn't serenity. Geo. I guess the emotion-wise, it makes sense to an extent based on the answers I gave in the quiz. But in terms of rule of cool and the thing I want to try, I think I'll go with the demon. If they had a fire type, I'd probably choose that. Yeah, let's go for you. Oh, interesting. So I'm actually going to have to fight my starter to earn their trust. That's interesting. Normally in a game like Pokemon or one of the other various Monster Tamer games, getting your first starter mon isn't a trial of any kind. But we get to try out combat. Oh, this is cool. Lampeco. What type are you? Let's go to Switch? No, I can't. Alright, so it's giving me the combat tutorial. Straight away, I do like the visuals. You're still 2.5D. The UI is very clear. I would have loved if Pokemon looked like this years ago. I like that it's shifted to 3D, but their quality of their 3D models and their general aesthetic has dropped significantly over the years. This is really quite nice. If I'm going to compare it to a more apples to apples game, so that would be Cassette Beasts, this looks better than Cassette Beasts. Like, infinitely better than Cassette Beasts. The color choices, the vibrancy, the actual artwork for both the 2D art, like the silhouettes, and the sprite work, easily better. The designs resonate, at least with me, a lot more. Okay, so you have SP on the bottom left, and then you've got a selection of moves to use, action cost, power, accuracy, and I guess the type of attack it is, physical. Right, so boom, scratch. Okay, so there's a turn order on the left. Left? It's on this side for me, but for you it'll be on this side of the screen. That way. That. Anyway, on the left side of the screen you actually see the turn cycle. That is a lot more reminiscent of the Digimon RPG games. Various ones of them use that sort of turn cycle and turn order, meaning there's probably going to be some sort of manipulation of turn order with moves, which will be interesting, as opposed to something that's purely whichever one's fastest goes first. Time to catch it. Alright, I select the opponent. And then, alright, it's easy enough. That was easy. I mean, I would expect so. It's purely a tutorial. But okay, cool. Oof. Those sprites look very blocky when you zoom in. And that chicken dance the blonde guy is doing is hilarious. It all looks a bit goofy when they do that. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it does look a bit goofy. The fuck is a bilious? Okay. What do you mean it decided to join of its own accord? We just fought it. Wasn't that a whole trial? Alright, cool. It's getting a bit chilly. I'm going to close the window real quick. Alright. With time, you'll learn. I hate it when characters say that. Like, just give straight answers. I realize if you gave a straight answer, it wouldn't be as much of a mystery, but human beings tend to give straighter answers to stuff like that. How would they know anything about me? You know what? Never mind. Don't worry, kid. None of us are following very well. Okay, so I get 2 Mon. Right, so Belia are the Pokeball equivalent, the capture devices, storage devices. Wonder what this does. Alright, so let's see what I got. I thought you said I had 2 dudes. Do I not have 2 dudes? Guess not. But okay, let's info. Species attribute. Okay, so that emotional thing is their attribute. And then they have a type. Interesting. He's got more health than anything. He's probably going to be quite tanky then. Let's see what his actual stats are. Oh, I say that. I'm looking at the graph on the right, which shows that he has quite high HP. And then all of his other stats are balanced. But that doesn't quite match the actual stat numbers, where it's all balanced except for agility, which is the highest, and luck, which is the clear lowest. Okay, so these are the moves I have available to me. Quick Annie space is just your storage boxes. Full Annie space, I guess, lets you... Right, this is going to be the area that you're going to probably be able to build stuff in, put stuff in. Yep. Wonder if those backgrounds do anything. Or if they're just purely backgrounds. Alright, so how do I get out of here? Oh, I have to hold this down. Training? I see. Alright, cool. Interesting. So yeah, this game looks like it's going to be mixing familiar elements from games like Pokemon and Digimon. Yeah, cool. I'm already definitely interested in playing this game properly. Like, I like the visual aesthetic, both in and out of combat. Dialogue is okay. It is. It's fine. Perfectly serviceable. It's not the greatest writing in the world, but it doesn't need to be. The central conceit and conflict seems quite interesting. Ooh, what's here? Ah, okay. Okay, so you can break objects in the game world. But not all objects in the game world. They have to be specifically highlighted for it. Alright. Let's save real quick. Oh, you can actually dash. Nice. I wonder if I can... Is there a setting that lets me just have that on? Oh, there's difficulties. Didn't realize. Easy, normal, ace. Cool. That's fair enough. Ah. Oh, these are all the tutorials that I've already unlocked. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, the map looks pretty cool. Very reminiscent of the old Pokemon maps. Like the more classic ones. There, my guy. Can't talk to him. He just doesn't want to speak. That was very wholesome. that was wholesome. Loading between zones, like inside buildings, between floors, and from one area to another, seems reasonably quick, which is good. I hate long loading times. And really, a game like this shouldn't need long loading times. Okay. Oh. That guy looked zesty. So the kids are playing hide and seek, and they chose to stand in the open. Alright. I wouldn't say adorable as much as dumb. Is this going to be like the battle arena area of the town? Probably. Go, yo-yo! I cannot aim. Nice. Seems like you can go off the beaten path a bit and you get rewarded for it, as I would expect in a game like this. Hopefully they maintain that throughout the experience, but so far this has been pretty good. Like many games of the genre, it's not, it doesn't go straight into chaotic conflict immediately, which is fine. I don't mind that. Not every game has to immediately start in the action, as long as it gives you enough experience of action and enough to hook you in early. I always say that if a game can't hook you within the first hour, it's doing it wrong. And I'm already interested in continuing to play this, so it's doing its job, at least with me. Oh, okay. Hips don't lie. Yes? Yes. Can I not? Because she's like bouncing in all the right places. And you're just hiding here. Oh, right. Oh, hey. The cake is not a lie. Seeing a lot of reused character sprites, but that's to be expected, to be honest. Definitely not unheard of. Not the worst thing in the world. Games like this, particularly by smaller studios, they need to use these sorts of techniques to save on time and effort. I don't mind it. The character sprites look good enough, to be honest. Let's buy. Let's see what you've got for sale. Ooh. So is this design? That must mean there's some sort of crafting system. 3,000. Oh, I just don't have the money. Okay. How much money do I have? Oh, well, what if I sell something? What can I sell? Plastic. Right, consumables. Ingredients. Alright. So there's some sort of cooking system as well. Right, interesting. I look forward to trying those out. I like the way the camera shifts. Like, look at that. And it does so quite smoothly. It gives you a nice framing for your character and the area around it. It's pleasant. It's nice. I like it. Oh shit, I just threw those away. Right, so you can throw stuff into the trash. Got it. Some of these character models are good. We like cake. And anyone who says it's unnecessary can fuck right off. I don't need ugly characters in my video games, though that shade of green is a bit of a questionable decision. Can't go there, okay. Okay. Oh, wow. So food actually increases stats. I think that's what, a permanent increase? And then you have healing items. Okay. So food is going to do a lot, which means the cooking system is going to be important. Interesting. Okay, I like that. That tells me that there's going to be a bit more depth to crafting and cooking in this game than I would have initially thought. That's cool. I approve of this message. Oh. Cutscene time. Clearly not. It's not like I'm here. Think we should help them? Probably. I'd like to do something now. In the game's defense, it didn't need to be that slow a burn. I'm that sort of gamer that explores. I go into the nooks and crannies everywhere, and I try to like go off the beaten path as much as possible. If you just let me just show you. If these stairs here, just to the right, directly lead to the house that I came from. The actual critical path would have been to go through here, up here, go left, and that would have been it. So yeah, pacing, despite my own habits, wouldn't actually be too bad. And yes, I realize I should talk to that NPC and start the quest, but it's just given me the option to continue walking around, so that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I enjoy doing. I realize, not critical path, but I'm that kind of guy. I do like that sort of thing. Alright, I think I've spoken to everyone now. For the most part. Oh, knock the door? No? Oh, there's some stairs up here. Check this place out. Yeah. I do like being rewarded for going off the beaten path. It's nice. It encourages exploration. Someone like me doesn't necessarily need to be encouraged for exploration, but it's good to encourage exploration in games where exploration is key to the gameplay and to the immersion. Nice. I see what you did there, video game. Oh, that's... Alright, let's go back to the town center and do some of these missions. Did you have something for me? Yeah, sure. The winds of change indeed. Okay. Alright. That's going to be a thing later on. Probably some sort of special merchant. I like going behind buildings. I know that sounds really basic and dumb, but I like how I'm not blocked off by the models. I can just go behind a building and it still shows me there. Cool, good to know. Right. Let me talk to those people, make sure I have the actual quest. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Alright. So my mini-map is showing that I should go west, or left. I'm going to ignore that and go to this promontory. Why? Because it's here. Nice. Like I said before, the camera movement in this is actually pretty good. Very pleasing, very nice framing. Overall, I'm enjoying the visuals. Very cohesive, pleasant aesthetic. It's not garish. It's clearly fairly well considered. They're using or reusing NPC character models with different color palettes. Some of them have color combinations that aren't that great, but for the most part, they're okay. Why are different bins different colors? Eyelash. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's up here. I'm quite enjoying the exploration. It's very chill. Very Pokemon-esque. That there's not major pressure. I'm doing something because I want to explore. I've got a mission because it's helpful to people. Can I climb ladders? I cannot climb ladders. But yeah, this the more dynamic camera, I don't have any control over it, but it moves in a way that's smooth, that frames the character and the surroundings quite well. Visibility is really clear. I like it. It's done quite well. It's smooth. It's good. Aha! So is this where I can craft and heal? Nice. Alright, let's do this. They did a similar thing in, I think it was Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Which visually I enjoyed. Oh, it increases the defense stat of an Animon in battle. So it's not a permanent stat increase. Okay. Let's experiment. What have we got? What have we got? Let's chuck in some flour, some of this, some of this. Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, guess it wasn't working. Yeah, so far I'm enjoying this game. I was expecting to be slightly disappointed, if I'm honest. I've been pleasantly surprised. In fact, you know what? I'm just gonna go wishlist this real quick. Yeah, there we go. It's coming out this year, 2026. Being published by Team 17. Did not see that coming. But yeah, definitely getting wish listed. I think I'm definitely gonna have to buy the game when it comes out and do a proper review of it. I'm enjoying it. All right, let's get back to the demo. Okay. Interesting. So you can actually scan enemies during battle to get information without having to just capture them. There's options here. This is kind of reminiscent of the Persona and Shin Megami Tensei series, where you can, through battle, discover specific things about your enemy and scan them and see those details and bits of information. So, Smellwing is a virus type. I'm not seeing any attributes or any stat bonuses. We don't know what its weaknesses are or resistances are. But okay, I like the scanning system. Oh, has a nice little effect to it too. Okay, so scanning actually reveals information. Right now I'm being handheld through combat, but it's teaching me stuff, so let's see. Now we have more information. We can use an attack they're weak to. A broken shield will appear next to them if they're weak to the attack. So these guys are weak to electric. Super effective skills deal more damage than usual, as well as grant us 1 TP. Don't know what TP is. But I guess we'll find out. Once you have enough TP, you'll be able to perform an additional action with any of your Animon immediately. TP turn point? But that's going to be really interesting. Being able to use more attacks through weaknesses and resistances. That's an interesting mechanic. Okay. Using a skill consumes SP. The amount is determined by the skill itself. Yeah, we can see SP on the bottom left. I prefer that so far to Pokemon's PP system. I've never really liked that. Games like Temtem also did that much better, where you have stamina. I think... what was it called? Monster Sanctuary used an MP-based system. I think. I may be wrong about that, I can't remember. But I've never liked the idea of each move having its own numerical resource, and once that runs out, you just can't use that move anymore. It always just seemed strategically lacking, and to be honest, in a game like Pokemon, you just pump PP to the maximum amount in all of your moves, and if you're doing things right, you tend to 1 or 2 hit enemies. That's kind of how it goes. Okay, so you refill SP on a turn cycle, and a turn cycle is every character having its turn. Combat animations are okay, fairly simplistic, kind of reminiscent of the earlier Pokemon games, but it works in this art style. I think with Pokemon specifically, they lasted too long at that lower end of quality, so I don't have much forgiveness there. Here, they're okay. They're not too bad. And there's still visible movement of your Animon in combat within the actual space, and that adds a lot to the visual flair for combat. TP action is an action that can be performed by any of your Animon. Even if you have no SP, you can use it, and that's good. Alright, let's take advantage. Ah, I want to try and capture it, but it's not letting me. Can't use items, can't pass, can't... Right, so I'm just gonna have to hit him in the face. Okay, so Virus is strong to Demon, I think. That was a nice, good combat end. The music there was all pretty good too. Generally, the music's pretty good. It's like, it's nothing to write home about, but it's enjoyable. It's nice. Yes, I've already learnt this. Okay. Oh, interesting. So you can start combat in two different ways. You can either throw your Holoken in Billier mode straight away to try and capture it, or if you throw it in Animon mode, it's like attacking with advantage, so back attacking. Let's try Billier mode. Oh, nice! I did it! Oh, nice! That worked. Okay, cool. Right, that was... Right, that wasn't too bad. Oh? I did not see that. Oh, you just got murked off. I didn't even choose that attack. Okay, sure. So usually I was seeing enemies in the overworld, physically there, but I didn't see it that time. Oh, hello. Can I not reach too far away? Ugh. No, can't go up the coast there. It's a little annoying. Oh, there's a lake here. Maybe I can reach one of those water types. Ugh. It's too far away. I want to increase the range of it. I'm not sure if I'll be allowed to. Maybe it's an upgrade later. Oh. What? Ugh. Lame. You know what, let's experiment with fish. Eggs, flour, salt, pepper. Let's chuck in some olive oil there as well. Is it not? Nah. Alright, so I can't experiment yet. Disappointing, but okay. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight it properly. That didn't work. I'm just gonna have to fight you. Oh, okay. There's two things. You're all getting captured. Oh. Ah, that's not good. Did I bite more than I can chew? Maybe. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I definitely bit off more than I can chew. I just realized what level they all are. Oh fuck. Right. Well, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Right, ran away. Fair enough. Oh, you can rest to pass time. Interesting. Alright. I'm going to go back to the quest area. I'm just going to complete the mission. Focus a bit more. Oh, I forgot you can dash. Completely forgot you could dash. But yeah, those guys were level 8. Definitely stronger than I am. Oh, what are you? Oh, I missed the last one, but will it work? Nope, didn't work. Level 3s. Okay, okay. Weak to electric. To be honest, you're super weak, so I'll just try and catch you and see what happens. Didn't work. Alright. So I have no control over that Lampeco, by the way. It just controls itself at the moment, which is fine. Yeah, this should work now. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Let's see what that is. So let's look at what I've got. I've got Salabel. Oh, interesting. They also have abilities. So Salabel has Eye for an Eye. Pardon me. Smellwing has Hoarder. And Deniuli has According to Plan. It acts later in the turn cycle but has 1 more SP. Smellwing lets it steal an opponent's held item. That's going to be useful. And eye for an eye, when the Animon's stats are modified, the damage of its next attack is increased. Okay. That's quite interesting. Alright, cool. I really do like these designs. They're visually appealing. They look... They've got a good combination of cute and cool. Quite unique. Oh, what is that? Items. Yes, there's items. And my beard is itchy. Such is the way of the beard. I may also be a little bit lost. Oh, yeah, no, I think I know where I am. Aha! I will kill you in a second. Let me just grab those. I can't break that yet, but I will be able to soon. Nice. Oh, instantly had an advantage. It did damage. Oh, each mon, Animon, has provides 2 SP at the start of a turn cycle. So the more mon you have, the more SP you have available to you. That's pretty cool, actually. The combat animations are actually pretty smooth. They're not the best, but they're reasonably smooth, reasonably good looking. Yeah, it's alright. Well done, LumenTale devs. Well done. Nice. Ah. Oh. What is that? Is that its evolved form? Definitely. I mean, I will, but on the way, let's get some grinding in. Be stupid not to get some levels. The music is growing on me more and more. It's surprisingly enjoyable. Like I said before, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty good. This is probably the best time to do some early grinding while I have this Lampeco in the party. So does only one of them get XP in combat? That's a bit... Oh no, they all got XP. Okay, that's better. I mean, the UI elements are okay. They're nothing to write home about. They're not super special, but they are quite clear. I like how it uses that idea of putting the menu on the specific character. It's a very clear visual signal of who you're choosing attacks for. And generally, the UI, it doesn't feel super cluttered. It's a fair bit on the screen during combat, but it's okay. It's telling me all the things I need to know, and to be honest, I enjoy the clarity it provides. That's good. Let's make sure I'm saved, because it's been a bit. And while autosave is fine, I don't necessarily want to rely on it. Oh, good. More XP. Oh yeah, it's resistant to demon. Completely forgot about that. Right. In fact, let me double check its strengths and weaknesses. Mostly because I bet the evolved form has similar strengths and weaknesses. Weak against aura, electric, and ice, I believe. I like the speed of combat as well, the animations, the lack of pauses. An example of what I don't like is Pokemon's turn-based combat, where there's a pause after every line of text, before an attack, after an attack, after the response to an attack, and the results. There's too many gaps in time. This, because of the animations, because of the speed at which you can give commands and have them conducted, it makes combat feel a lot more fluid, a lot more fast-paced. And really, it's not the most fast-paced thing in the world. It's still pretty basic turn-based combat. That's not by any means a complaint. I enjoy turn-based combat. But it is a lot more fluid because of that lack of constant pausing. Everyone's resistant to demons right at the start. I accidentally chose hard mode. That's okay. That's okay. Oh. Itchy lats. XP gain is fairly small. Level up. So my Animon have leveled up, or do I need to do something for them to level up? Oh no, it auto levels up. Okay, okay, so it's not something I have to intentionally make them do. I'm also beginning to realize that if I chose the electric type early on, I would have had a much easier time of combat in these first sessions. That's not to say combat has been difficult. It hasn't. I got killed that one time because I was massively out-leveled. And that was my own fault. I should not have gone into a fight that under-leveled. I'd like to be able to toggle the dash. That'd be useful. Because I just don't want to have to hold the button down. It's long. Unnecessary. What just... Did I just knock it the fuck out? Right, so if you're too strong, you just instantly win the fight by doing that. Okay. Yeah, combat is quite fun. It's smooth, it looks reasonably good, it flows nicely. There's very clearly some depth here that the game's yet to approach, but is hinting at with the various things on screen and with the stuff it's telling me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to where this game goes. Can't get things that are on water. I'll probably have to get some sort of surf equivalent. Ooh, got a new move. I mean, that seems like a very techy move to use. Not one I need to use in this kind of fight, but probably one to use in the boss fight. Pardon me. Oh, that's a level 8. That's the one I need to focus on. Nice. Okay, biggest threat is gone. The level 7 is next. I say this like my own characters aren't roughly the same level, but you know. Better safe than sorry. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's not so nice. That's the wrong move. Because he resists, that's why. Oh, but that's fine. Right. I need a fountain. Where's the nearest fountain again? I think it's roughly this way. Yeah, there it is. Oh, just one shot it. Yeah, okay. So if the enemy is too weak, it will just get one shot. The lighting is changing. It's apparently nearly 5 in the morning. So there is a not just a day and night cycle, but actual progression through time. And you can see that in the shading of the lighting during those periods of time. That's good. I like it. Nice. Solid. Good electro bolt. Ooh. Not too far off getting to level 10 with my salad bell. It's probably about time to hit the boss. Let's save. Right, where is the boss? Let's find those footsteps again. Oh, might as well heal while we're here. Where? Is it there? No, it's there. Yeah, alright. Alright, I remember. I remember. Oh, nice. Free XP. Let's take him out. One shot. You got O-code. Nice. Hit level 10. wonder if I'll be able to capture it. Oh, this is like a boss type, so it actually has more health. Extra health bars, in fact. Interesting. Right, weak to ice, weak to aura. I don't have either of those. Ooh, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. Let's... Actually, no, let's not. I'm going to bet on the Lampeco using that healing ability it has. Let's reduce your agility. Yeah. Let's increase crit rate. Let's hit it with a master plan. That's not good. There we go. Huzzah! That dialogue was a bit goofy. Right. I'm guessing that I'm going to reach the end of the demo fairly soon. Okay, fair enough. There's still more to go. I'm going to save here. I think we're going to call it a day for now, but yeah, that was surprisingly fun, surprisingly polished.